Welcome, friends. Tonight, we're doing another live stream. Wow. How are we? There's no one there, so I'm just having a chat with myself. That's good. Oh. How are we doing? Excuse the ghosts. There are many ghosts. Oh. You can hear them howling through the tiles. They're like, woo. Spooky. I should really get that fucking scene too, like. Although I do think there is a problem with my car, so I might have to get that sorted first. Heading down to Leeds the other day, Friday. I heard a low rumbling, and it's not coming from the engine, thank God, but I do think it's a bearing gone. So that's going to need to be sorted, which is a bit of a pig, but that's life. Could have done without it, but here we are, you know. What else? Bought another backup bottle of tobacco oud today. Now I've got a lot of that shit. So, let's have a look and see who's here. Hello, Adam D. Frank. Afonso. Phil Stevens. Wind is a whipping. Frank says, suds are properly bubbling, I see. Ghosts are howling proper. Yes. There is the ghosts whipping up the bubbles, whipping through the base. Mitch, did you try Le Participe Passé and Fil de Joie? I just ordered some Sergiton samples. Cannot wait to try them. I've tried Le Participe Passé before. It smells like cheap chip shop curry. That's what it tastes like. Tastes like the cheapest curry you can imaginable. That's what it smells like to me. Anyway. Hub Zero, welcome. Erin, thank you for the other day, Erin. I hope you got me message on coffee. You are very kind. Wind is providing ambience. Yes, whether I like it or not. But kind of sounds like we're doing a live stream from the blasted heath. But not to worry. Peter Kirkoran, lovely Peter, welcome. I am going to do some first impressions on a couple of fragrances Peter sent me. On a few fragrances Peter sent me. But yeah, I haven't done a live stream for a few days. I've been doing a lot recently. And I haven't done one since what do I want to say, Thursday last week. I met Alan Hansen on Friday, which was a blast. I had a great time. Everything was just great. The drive down was all right. The drive back was fucking horrifying, and I died twice. Nearly went in the back of somebody at speed as well. Evasive action had to be taken. It was fucking horrible. The traffic, because I was coming back on at Friday traffic, and it was like getting towards rush hour. So I was really lucky to miss out on rush hour actually, but fuck me, it stopped and started a couple of times. That was frightening, but it was great while I was there. Absolutely, we had a great time. I had a croissant. because I am a continental man. It's now raining and windy outside. It's properly blasted heath weather. But yes, a good time was had by me and them, I hope. I bought Alan a Penhaligon sample set because he's nice. And Wes. So everything's gone down a treat. Bob says, love that wind. Sleepy Hollow duckless horseman. Quackless horseman. Halloween special with the wind. Yes. Scary. And Wesley G, right? Yes, Wesley was there as well. Alan's a nurse, right? Good question. I think so, yeah. I think he is. But don't hold us to that. He might be a doctor or something. He was a lovely bloke, though. Really lovely. You know? Really sound, the pair of them. It was dead nice. We spent a bit of time in Harvey Nichols. We spent a bit of time in Penhaligon's, smelling their stuff. That was nice. And some time in Marks and Spencer. The time passed really quick. Oh. Hola, Mitch. Scent of the day is Comme de Garçon Floriental. Nice. I like a Comme de Garçon. I've got the incense. I've got the incense series samples plus a bottle of Avignon. Dusan says, "Hello everyone. Hi Mitch. What kind of coffee do you want? Have you tried tea latte from Starbucks? I love tea, the English breakfast tea. I love the English breakfast tea that they do in England. It's essentially just a normal cup of tea, but." There we are. Not to worry. The weather's foul outside now. I don't know if you can hear it, but it's like it's angry now. Like the wind might not be quite as like large, but it's pissing it down. Like Killian Intoxicated smells like that tea latte. Interesting. I really like a tea fragrance. Yes, the takeaway from the weekend is though that oh god. Excuse me, sorry. I got some stuff off Alan Hansen, and I gave some stuff to Alan Hansen. Ramsey and Rudy are going to get their parcels, hopefully. Excuse me, whilst I hydrate with some Sprite. Oh, God, it's so fizzy. What else we got? Whoops. I pre-ordered the fuck did I pre-order? I pre-ordered the Original Door 7th sample set. So that'll be nice. I'm interested to try them. Wasn't too impressed with the 6th one, but we'll see what the 7th one brings. Frank is wearing Vet of a Tonka, which I wore yesterday. Greetings from Serbia, says Dushan. Greetings, Dushan. Aaron says, quite welcome. Live chats are enjoyable and appreciated. It is my pleasure. Still 33 in California, is it? Goodness me. Alfonso, excuse me. Pardon me. Terrible. Ooh. Alfonso says, going to Portugal in 2 days. Found Samsara ADP red bottle vintage 100ml for €40. That's cheap. On Olex. It's like eBay, but it's Portuguese. Back up. I have a 50ml. Nice. Afternoon, Micah. Scent of the days. Noir de Noir. Nice. Hello, Anuj. How are you? Canadian Thanksgiving. Happy? Are you eating turkey? Good evening, Manly Sense. Croissant accord in Roger Sweetie Aoud, says Frank. Oh, you're joking. There's not, is there? That's ruined croissants forever. Greeting, Mike V. Scent of the days, Eli Saab Santal, a Kurdijan masterpiece. Yeah, apparently loads of those Eli Saabs are brilliant. Peter Kokorin says, can't go wrong with Tea for Two by L'artisan. Yes, I want some L'artisan vintages. I want the vintage Timbuktu, which I almost won on stream one day. And I want Zonka, and I want Tea for Two as well. I've actually got a vintage Maître Parfumier Elegante, which was started by the same person who started L'Artisan. I've got the vintage Racine. I actually gave my Route de Vetiver to Ramsey because it's just too dark for me. Can't go wrong. Oh, sorry, hard to find now though, says Mike. Yeah, you're not kidding. Hello, Klein on a Zog. How are you? Pradeep says, hello, boys and girls, one and all. This is me, Persiles, coming to you live. It is not. Epic, man. Scent of the night is epic, man, says Klein. Kelly says, damn it, I had given up on a Riege and told myself no more perfume, period. How silly of me. Ah. I wouldn't mind getting another tobacco, says Frank. Yeah, there's one left in the shop near where I live. I might go back and get it, to be honest with you. Bob says, is it very chilly in your room now? Well, we haven't turned the heating on yet, because like it's obviously we don't want to use it all up in like the warmest part of the autumn. Do you know what I mean? And it's gonna be a long winter. This, you just know it is, because they're fucking talking about running out of power and everything. So it's fucking bullshit. Like, Klein says, sorry, I fuck up tighter. Don't worry. Mike sounds good. Cheers, Aaron. Germ says, I tried out Terrible Teddy yesterday and I quite liked it. Pencil shavings and leather. There's some Penhaligans that aren't bad, you know. I really like Sartorial. It's a fantastic. I like Savoy Steam as well. I don't know that I'm going to buy it. I've got Endymion Cologne Concentrate, which is one of my most watched videos, would you believe? I think I did either a first impression or a review of it. It's really good. It's got a coffee note in it. I'm sure I get coffee from it. It's nothing like the eau de cologne. Dusan says Ramsey's preparing his live stream with Russian Adam. That will be very a tough, smelly evening. Yes, I think I'm right in saying that it's gonna be not for another few hours. So I might actually text Ramsey and like if he lets us know when he's gonna go live, I'll make sure I'm off. Or if he does go live, we'll have to cut it short because I don't want to overlap. Anuj Patel, Shulton Old Spice still available, says A to Z. Frank says, Tea for Two, very nice. Smoky or adjacent to Gucci Pour Homme 2. I've got Gucci Pour Homme 2, and I really like that. I think it's better than the original, like, or should I say Gucci Pour Homme 1, because the original was released in the 70s. Aha. I recently got tobacco out. It's really nice, says Klein. I love it, like. Pradeep says, the fuck? Ashton's Galleria selling for 51. Yeah, whatever it is, whatever deal they had is like over, and he's walked away. If you subscribe to Extra Gent Sense, his other channel, he did a video explaining what went on with Galleria and basically outed loads of shit about them. Them and Navitus. It's such a fucking, there's such bullshittery goes on behind the scenes of like perfume stuff and that. It's so dodgy. It's so dodgy. Aaron says, scent of the day, Cuir de Lancôme. That's a lovely fragrance. I've smelled that before, definitely. Cuir de Lancôme, it is a very good fragrance. Loving the fall fragrances, yes. Yes, Aaron. I love the fall fragrances as well. Good day, Fosco. How are you? Peter says we can't afford to have the heating on here anymore. Yes, that's right. Aram says I wore Bond number 9 New Harlem last night. I haven't worn it in ages. I'm going to try and wear that one day this week. Lovely Peter sold it to us at a very good price. They've just released it at like $375 for like 100 mil or something crazy like that. It's their only good fragrance. I have 2 bottles. I also backed up Tobacco Oud Intense. Drink of the night, Lagavulin, 16-year-old. I bought my mate a bottle of a single malt. I can't remember what it was called. Began with a B. But it's like a 10-year-old Scotch. It was like 45 quid. But it's his birthday on Tuesday. So I got him that. I like the sartorial as well. Says Fosco. It's nice. Peter Kikoran says, I do hope Adam has sorted out his website infrastructure. I get the right hump with it. I found it really easy, actually. I got the email like 3 o'clock this morning, and for some reason I was awake, and I just for some reason I also checked me emails. Fuck knows. Don't ask. I don't know. But there it was. It was an email from Arija Dora. I was like, what are you doing here? I had a look, and he was like, oh, I've got like the pre-order of the sample sets for the 7th collection. I was like, oh, fuck it, go on. Why not? That's a sample set, you know what I mean? I want the likey stuff. I just didn't. Scent of the night is Diaghilev, says Dushan. What the hell is Extra Gent Sense? You mean fuckery? It's his second channel. Extra Gent Sense is his second channel. I'm not joking. Kelly says I resisted the urge to purchase a Rouge sample set. If I can resist that first pull, I think I'll be okay. Hello, my name is Kelly and I am a perfume addict. Yes, we've all been there. It's yeah. We've definitely all been there. It's like, ooh. I've been all right the last couple of weeks, although today I did buy another backup of Tobacco Oud. That's a fragrance I've no shame in buying whatsoever. You know? Sartorial is a niche version of Brut, says Dusan. Ooh. Brut's got something in it, though. Something particularly... It's a little bit sour, a little bit sharp, a little bit green. I don't think's in Sartorial. Hello, Benyat, how are you? The opening of Sartorial is spicier and greener than Brut's, is Manly Sense. I'd need to smell them again. I haven't smelled Brut for years. And Balvenie? No, it wasn't Balvenie. It wasn't Balvenie, it was something else. What the hell was it? I've got the receipt in the car. I'll be able to tell you the next time I speak to you. Hello, Antonio Hobson. Frank says, gas to heat the home is like the last cheap expense in California, comparatively, says Frank. The prices in California are ridiculous. Klein says, hey, Bob, loved your video from yesterday. It's 15% for me as well. Scent of the Night for him by Narciso Rodriguez, says Bernat. ADT. Yes, I've got a bottle of that. I'll probably be wearing it, but it's going to rain this week. Is Guerlain Corentin's good? Someone's selling for €60, says Pradeep. I'm selling my bottle. Yeah. Extra Gen Sense is more off speed, Bob. Actually, Fraghead stuff. Yes, but he has been putting out some shit on that channel, though. I've got to be honest. Like, I like Ashton. I actually do like rate Ashton. I think he's sound as fuck. But some of the stuff he's had on that channel is not what I was hoping would be on that channel. You know, just feels like overspill from his first channel. Micah says, has anyone tried Bois d'Adrien by Goutal? Yes, it's fantastic. And I think Anuja's got vintage. I'm finishing off the Lafroige. I can't remember how you pronounce it. The taste of TCP is losing its allure. Glenmorangie Quinta Ruban next. Mali Sensei, Centre of the Night Polo Modern Reserve. Looking for more coniferous scents for the fall, try Vert d'Anson. I'll check it out on Mega Man. Gents Extra. Gents Sense Extra. Extra Gents Sense it's called. No, I know Balenciaga 10-year-old single malt. It's not 10-year-old, it's 30-year-old now, mate. Hello, Michael John. Welcome. Micah says, I'll stick with Paco Rabanne. Pour on. Vintage over Brut. Yes. Manly Senses, Narciso for him is the scent of a Parisian crime flick from the 70s where it rains all the time. La Samouraï, Le Cercle à Rouge, that sort of thing. Outrageous, Le Samouraï. Hello, Wes. How are you? I've met Wes. I've met Wes in real life. How are you, Wes? Have you had a good weekend at your friends? Looking for a bottle of Coromandel, says Micah. Oh, Micah. I don't know. I'm not selling mine. And you don't live in England, to be fair, so I couldn't anyway. Dushan says, tomorrow I will blind buy a new honey tobacco Douche Fall fragrance. It's called Eclectique 1986 from the house Les Bains Gaubois. I have no idea what it's like, but I have no doubts in Douche Fall. Douche Fall is good. Candle scent of the days, Diptyque's Nargile. Yes, it's getting to that time of year. It's very nice Nargile, actually. Hello, Bobby, says Adam. Michael says, scent of the days, Amouage Overture and Woman. Pradeep says, Uncut Gem for 175. No one is buying it. I hope not. Some people will be buying it. I was approached by a woman in Harvey Nichols the other day when I was with Alan and Wes, and she was trying to get us to smell Uncut Gem. I was like, mate, I hate it. I was like, it's really, really poor. And she was like, no, it's not. I was like, mate, I'm telling you now, it's absolutely awful. Like, I hate it. And she was like, give us me fucking test strip back then. And I was like, no problem. I have Vert, it's fantastic, says Micah. Yes, it really is. A Bleu Eclectique, says Bob. Ashton pulled the curtains on Navitus, lol. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Awful scenes. Drawn by Senses. Hello. Scent of the Day Black. Vintage Black Label by Lentheric. I haven't heard of them. It must be amazing living in Miami, says A to Z. I don't know, man. I don't know. I couldn't live with that kind of heat all year. It's too much. It's too much. I wouldn't mind it if it was a little milder here in the autumn and winter, but I'm Northern European, do you know what I mean? I'm built for this kind of shit. If I don't live here, who is? Who's going to, do you know what I mean? Oh. It would just be desolate wasteland if it wasn't for us. The settlers. Well, we're not settlers, really. Generations have probably lived here forever. Oh! Excuse me whilst I hydrate. Oh, wow, that's fizzy. Wow, that's so fizzy. Wow, that was fizzy. Oh, phew. Oof. Pardon me. Disgusting. Yes. Maybe Ashton should pull the curtain on Michael Malone. Wes says, we had a wonderful visit with Rich. It was fantastic. I had a great time. We are heading back down to London tomorrow. We picked up some fun fragrance here in Yorkshire before we head to Harrods tomorrow. Going back to Harrods. Harrods is outrageous. But they would not sell Alan a bottle of Per Oud, even though he was there and had the money. I don't know if it was Harrods that was doing that or Louis Vuitton, but Louis Vuitton was being very naughty. Omar says, hello, happy Sunday. Scent of the day, Bois d'Argent. Agreed, manly sense, says Fosco. Windy there, I hear, says Antonio. Very, yeah, weather's pretty foul. Omar says, pulled the curtains on Navitus. If you just put in extra gent scents and then have a look at Galleria Parfums. Harrods perfume sniffing nice is drawn by scents. Yes. Pradeep says Monica Chioch. What a reviewer. Did a frag for Navatouche too. I used to, before she had like 1,000 subscribers, I followed Monica. And then it was just very clear what direction she was going to go in. So it was like, what's the fucking point? I've seen it all before. Same shit, different day. Same shit, different channel. I'll live in a national park live stream soon, says A to Z. Klein says, I work in a Hotel Sasha in Salzburg. Hello, Rich. Scent of the day, Aramis 900. Outrageous. Micah says, Enchanté has Eau de Hadrienne. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. I don't know about Bois d'Adrienne. I was thinking they were the same fragrance. Sorry. Wesley says, Alan will have to tell you about our experience at an oud shop in Leeds. Was it Saint Salim? Because I found Saint Salim. I didn't go, but I found it. I saw it. I work back of house. I like it a lot, says Klein. Matrax says, Scent of the Day, Dries Van Noten by Frederick Malle. It's worth a lot of money. That, well, I mean, it's worth a lot. It's not worth a lot of money, but you have to pay a lot of money to get to buy that fragrance now. I've got one of those 10 ml travel atomizers of it, going for hundreds. I'm not selling it, but that said, I don't really like it. It's a bit shit. €1,000 says Pradeep. Yeah, it's batty like. Yeah, it's just bullshit. Pradeep says same with Juste Rose, 50 fragrances in 2 minutes. It's for kids. Yeah. It's like, oh fucking, you know what I mean? It's, what the fuck's the point? Shit. You might as well watch those. Let's be honest, right? If you're a man and you're watching those videos, if you're into fragrances and you watch those videos, you can watch them with the sound off. Matt Trax says, you don't like it? A bit lactonic. Yeah, it smells a little bit like vomit. It smells like baby vomit to me, that Dries Van Noten. I wasn't very impressed with it at all. I prefer Ramsey, 2 frags in 50 minutes, says Mike. Yes, that's right. Drawn by Senses, Wesley, there are a couple of shops on Oxford Street worth a visit for oud fragrances. Matt Track says, I heard Eugene's wife say it smelled like vomit in a review and I couldn't get it out of my head. No, I think it smells like baby vomit too. It's so grim. Oh, it is cold, like. I've been rocking the blanket that Michael Harness sent us today. Made of wool. Micah says, Ramsey's videos are long but always good. Yes, I agree. Pradeep says, Dries Van Noten has an acquired taste. Well, he's not great. I mean, Dries Van Noten's own house is shit. You know? It's really not a good fucking... Not a good... Nothing there that you want to buy, let's be honest. It's just overpriced tat. Favourite watch right now? I'm not that massively into watches. There is a specific watch I'm looking for, which is a vintage Cartier. A vintage Cartier Santos. But... hard to get. Got to be patient. Ramsey is a living legend, says Dushan. Just like you, Rich, Eugene, and Anuj. Cheers, Dushan. Adam D says, I kind of felt sorry for 2 American fans for witnessing 2 misbehaving young lasses in the public transport yesterday. I don't know what that means, Adam. Oh. Salzburg must be amazing to walk around, stay there, says Bob. God, it is very cold. So I think it was like not long ago that it was like the hottest day on record in Britain. It was too hot, like it was ridiculously hot. But yeah, it was too much. Have you ever tried YSL 24 Rue de Université? Mental Plane says, have you ever tried YSL 24 Rue de la Université? Universite? No, I haven't. Can't even say it. Never mind smell it. Not here, says Galen. 83 today. 83. He looks well for 83, doesn't he? And he's in a Speedo. Dusan says, my favourite composer was born in Salzburg. No, well, nobody will surpass Mozart. Bach. Aaron says, Rich, do you have a fireplace or a wood stove? We've got a gas fire. A gas fire. We have to have gas bottles delivered because we aren't on the grid, which is a shame. A to Z says, if it gets colder, Rich is going to wake up like Jack Nicholson at the end of The Shining. Whoa. I stopped watching a lot of channels I started with, says Antonio. I just kept the people who educate you. Yeah, I agree. I don't watch a lot of channels, fragrance channels, not as much as I used to. I really just watch most of the fragrance channels now to keep up with the people who I'm interested in, do you know what I mean? Just keep an eye on them, see if they're all right and that, do you know what I mean? Worst fragrance you own, says Matt Trax. The worst fragrance I've ever owned was probably Cooper Square by Bond Number 9. The worst fragrance I've ever smelled is Ispazon by Parfums de Marly, which was fucking disgusting. But I couldn't think of one that I own at the minute. Rich, I've been trying out a flower pot heater. Not bad for taking the edge off the chill. I'll have to look into that. Hi, Rich. Hello, Professor Melvin. Omar says, testing Rogue Perfumery's Discovery set is pretty good and fun. I find Mousse Illumine maybe the best, says Omar. Salzburg is like a Disney Mozart land. Mike says, the lady who did the Brooklyn Fragrance Lover jingle is the best composer in my opinion. Mozart a close second. Lil Yacht, BFL lady, Lil Yachty. Mozart. This is Fosqua. Give us a second, let me itch me back. Ow. Why? Why are you itching? Oh, I drink some Sprite. Woof. Woof. Or quack, I should say. I'm gonna light my candle, damn it. Oh. We're on a night. Brooklyn Fragrance Lover. Brooklyn Fragrance Lover. Oh, it's so cold. Even the candle's cold. God. Where are my scissors? I need to trim the wick. Hold on a second, people. Just going to trim the wick. Oh dear. Oh, how do I do this? Shit. God almighty, it's a tempest. What's up, stupid window? Oh. Right. Drink some Sprite. Ow. I need to get that window sorted, something chronic like. Excuse me. Okay, let's have a look at this. Alright, hope you're well, mate. Hello, Stephen. What Aldo fragrances you thinking of buying a bottle of? That will be revealed in time. Although I do like Fat Electrician. I feel like Vetiver Tonka basically does something what would be very similar. Excuse me, sorry. Obviously, I've got Rien. Jasmine a cigarette's being quite nice. I'd have to go back and have a look, to be honest with you. What about Cubano, who's fresh? He's all right, actually, Angel. I know people pronounce it Angel, but I'm pretty sure... if you were to say it the way they would say it in a Spanish-speaking place, you know, I'm pretty sure it would be Angel. Of course, if he wants to pronounce that shit Susan, then that's up to him, do you know what I mean? How he wants it pronounced is how I will pronounce it. But I'm pretty sure his name's Angel. But I think he's sound, actually. He doesn't... Do you know what it is about him? He's honest, and he doesn't try to be something he's not. And that's fucking sound as fuck. There's no deception with him. You know? Je suis un homme, says Dushan. I don't know that you can still get that. Benji says BFL Lady, Crazy Frog, Mozart. Candlelight and Howling Wind. Yep, this is autumn. Where's our scary story? Not only is it candlelight, Kelly Lyons, but it's Amber and the Wee candlelight. So... outrageous. It's fucking beautiful as well. I'm sure there's a tobacco note in Amber and Away that they're just not telling more about. Nautical Voyage for me is maybe one of the worst I ever tried. Super, super boring. Curiously, is a pretty popular fragrance. So's Platinum Egoist. I hate that shit. So Sauvage. I hate that even more. But I don't own it. Wolfgang Amadeus Yotti. Matrax has deleted a statement. Speaking of itch, he says, Adam, I got mosquito bites from the holiday. Those little bastards got me bad. Arms, legs, and even my bald head. Oh no. Does your neighbour keep the sheep out in the garden in this weather? No, the sheep has died. The sheep is dead, unfortunately. Dead and gone. There is no sheep anymore. Plus, the sheep wasn't bald. The sheep has much wool, so the sheep's fine. Wind sounds brutal up your end, says Stephen. Bzzz. Rich Mitch lives in the haunted mansion from Scooby-Doo. Which one? Weren't there a few? Duck is talented in keeping up with all the crosstalks, says Bob. Pradeep says, excuse me whilst I get a crucifix and some holy wet. Fosco says, agreed, Bob. I love when he reads our random Godfather quotes. The Duck is a talented public speaker. That's right. He is. Yeah. While revealing the FragCon hoaxers by ripping off their masks, Galen. They would have got away with it if it wasn't for you pesky commenters. Dushan is asking Bob how he likes exquisite pain. Natalia, welcome. Sounds like a bunch of angry wasps at Rich's mansion. That wind would make me lose my mind. Earplugs are the way to go, I guess. I'm fine with it. I'm fine with the wind. I've got to be honest. I'm used to it. I'm glad that the wind's outside and not inside. That's one thing I like. I like that I'm all like tucked up and I'm like a toasty cinnamon bun. And outside it's foul. I love that shit. Deuce, says Bob. Honestly, I'm liking it more and more with each passing week. The dry down is quite a beast. It's a quiet beast. Lasts for days. Yeah, the resin's on it. Fucking very resinous. I love when Rich says Balenciaga, says Natalia. Whoa, sorry, I'm yawning already. It's disgusting behaviour. Rich, have you tried Charlatan by Fortin Manley? That scent is foul. I have never tried. I haven't tried anything by Fortin Manley. Bonjour, Natalie, says Burb. Dusan says, good for you, Bob. I will have it in my collection next year. I don't know when he's going to start shipping to Europe. I'll just have to wait and see. Blimey, says the Scent Reaper. Welcome, Scent Reaper. Oh no. I've dropped an absolute bollock. Sorry, friends. I need to do this again. Why? In case anybody wants to actually do this, they need the link. Sorry, friends. Should have done this earlier. We'll see what I've done in a second. The vintage, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The vintage is blowing in the wind. You didn't get it yet, Deuce? No, you can't. You can't get it in Europe yet. A to Z says, why do your neighbour keep one sheep in his garden? Because the other one died. So he had 2 sheep in his garden. And then one of them died. So there was only one. So yeah. See you all. Good night. Have to go to sleep, says Klein. Oh no. Good night, Klein. Evening, Bob, says Natalia. Scent of the day, Rich. My scent of the day is Vintage Jules by Dior. Shock. Horror. I'm surprised. Auf Wiedersehen. Gute Nacht. Gute Nacht. I think Christoph will be asleep already by now, won't he? He might watch it tomorrow morning. Ooh, somebody just sent us an email. Ooh! Somebody just bought me a cafefe. Thank you to whoever you are. I'll only be able to check after the stream. But thank you. You are very kind, and I appreciate it a lot. I actually have some news. I have actually bought a new phone. Well, I haven't. I say I've bought one, I haven't. I've decided what I'm going to buy, and I've pre-ordered it. I actually need a little bit more money, but not much. But I've got my name down on one. you know? So that's nice. I'm very happy about that. Shit is moving forwards. Hector! Thank you, Hector. Hector, you are a lovely person. Thank you. You are too kind. I really appreciate it. I don't know that Hector has ever commented. Or if he has, I don't know his name on here. But thanks, man. Honestly, I was telling Eugene this. I was like, I can't believe how, like, it's like, I don't know about the psychology of it, but I've been very humbled by how kind and how giving people have been. You know? Like, I'm not used to, I'm much more at ease with people, like, throwing shit at us. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So I really do appreciate it for everybody. I appreciate people just watching, to be honest with you. It's been awesome. Ooh. Hello, everyone. No. Ah. Jeremy Hines has been leaving comments, multiple comments. But I can't see them. I can't see them, I just can't. I can't make them out. Sorry, I'm completely baffled. I've lost track of everything here, sorry. Total nightmare. I'm back. Here we are, let's have a look. What we got going on. The Scent Reaper, was that you? You are too kind. Peter's intro is very calming, says Pradeep. He's changed it, the shit house. Erin says, don't sheep munch away at the weeds? Or is that goats? I think goats will eat anything. Goats are like pigs, they'll eat fucking anything. I think sheep are just like fucking like herbivores. Vintage Moto Razor flip phone, Christ. Vintage Nokia brick. They actually brought them back, you know. Like, I don't know if it had like a few upgrades, but they brought back like the Nokia brick. Natalia says, Aaron, go to munch on anything that gets into their way. Yeah, they will eat anything and anyone. Pre-reform Rotary, says Fosco. Hello, Eugene. Rich never tells me anything. That's not true. Steph's welcome. Hello, Duck. Any thoughts on YSL M7 and the clear bottles that have been reformulated? Yeah, it's really good actually for a more modern YSL. I've got a bottle, I really like it. Don't run out. It's good stuff. Vintage, says Pradeep. Do you need a dial? Do you need to dial and rotate the key number with one hand and hold a funnel to the air with the other one? Yes. Mike says, Jesus, sounds like the beginning of the Wizard of Oz over there. Yeah, it is. It's grim. It sounds worse than what it is because of the special nature of the way the wind goes through the tiles. It's shit as fuck. Is there a tornado going about there? Sounds like it, doesn't it? Hello, DJ, calling in from Christmas. Well, Merry Christmas. Yes. Click your heels to get back to Kansas, says Fosco. Oh. I'm not sure I could do that with my hip. Ruminant animals, says Sant Reaper. Fucking Duck has a listener from the most remotest part of the earth. It's fantastic. Great scenes. Mike V, that's exactly what it sounds like, says Fosco. It's the blasted Heathman. It's from the beginning of Macbeth. I was spraying La Deliric geese while I was in Scent Bar in Hollywood last week, says Nick. Have you returned home yet, Nick? And did you buy any of those Balenciaga Pour Homes? Then asking them where their Castorium could be found. Adam D says, hello, Eugene. DJ says, a friend of mine told me the new Celine is pretty shit. I don't know how I feel about those Celines. I was just hoping for a bit more. You know, for the money. Just might as well just buy Dior Homme. Like the proper Dior Homme, not whatever it is that they released in 2020. It's the perfect fragrance for 2020, wasn't it? Just an absolute shit show. It was a fucking disaster. Excuse me whilst I hydrate with the fizziest fucking drink in the entire world. God. Oh, blah, blah, blah. Skull, straight in. Ooh. I'm so stuffed. I had a pizza earlier. I'm so thick. Ugh. Never fed a duck pizza. Want to see a duck smile? Feed it pizza. Rich is off to see the wonderful wizard to ask for some oak moss. Yes. Yes. Wasn't one of them made of wood? So I'd grow some oak moss on him. Bariatron, Mr. Duck, welcome back. We miss you. Thanks, Bariatron. DJ says the Celines are pretty lackluster for the asking price. I like the cologne takes. But that they're asking too much for pretty average scents. I think they are average as well, personally, but there we are. Fosco says, time to watch some... Quiet you. Cheers, Fosco. Micah says, modern releases have honestly been disasters, money grabs. Yeah, there's nothing that's come out recently that's interested me. Like it's been a long time, you know. Don't feed the ducks bread. I'd had a bread base and I enjoyed it. Sant Reaper says, what were your choice of hot toppings? I had 2 ham, 1 pineapple, and extra cheese. Hi, Bobo. This duck only lives on water, says Natalia. Nothing in the mainstream that's interesting for me. My obscure stuff has been much better. Yes. Nick, what do you mean you sprayed La Deliric skis at Scent Bar? I think he means he took La Deliric skis to Scent Bar and sprayed it there. On them. I did that at my local department store, and a couple of people asked for decants. Mitch, are you streaming from your shed? No, but it sounds like it. I don't actually have a shed. If I had a shed, I may stream from the shed, you know? It's the type of thing I would do. Anuj and Eugene are saying hello. Basic Mod Loco gave us some quotes, but life is beautiful with floral notes. Dusan is a poet. I encountered something a little bit outrageous today. Guerlain have released some Aqua Allegoria Fortes. So they've fortified their Aqua Allegoria line, or some of them. Mandarin Belasic I saw. So it looks like we're going to get some kind of Neroli Portofino Forte job coming in with Guerlain. So that's something to look forward to, isn't it, friends? I don't know how they'll fucking react to that. I'm not sure how their fragrances will deal with being fortified. If Herba Fresca was a little bit stronger, I wouldn't mind that, but not at the risk of, like, making it shit. I don't want it to be thicker. I wouldn't mind if it was stronger, just not thicker. How sweet, Dusan says. Floral notes. Life is beautiful with all of you. Ah. Everyone's nice here, and it's nice, isn't it? If bastards get kicked out. Don't be a bastard. Don't get kicked out. Everyone here is nice. And good. And it is nice to be with you. The Scent Reaper says, Rich streams on a lily pad at the local pond. That's dry. I've been known to do that. I'm going to get a bottle of Les Abstrait, says Antonio. I've heard mixed bags what they are going to stain. You what? JJ says, I've heard mixed bags. What they gain in stay power strength, they lose the nuances the original ones had. I haven't smelled them yet. I saw them today, but I didn't smell them. It was extremely busy in the Harrods because they had some kind of crazy thing. I mean, people were queuing up. There was hundreds of people, and it's not a big shop. There were fucking hundreds, and the queue went right round the shop as well. And people were queuing up. What you had to do is you had to take a picture of something in the shop and then like load it onto this machine, and then the machine would give you like a free gift. And everyone, like, there were like fucking loads of people there. I was like, they were like, oh, you're on Instagram? And I was like, no. And they were like, oh, right. And I was like, bye. And then they were like, oh, if you spend over 50 quid, you get like 5 like skincare things. I was like, my skin is flawless. How dare you, madam? And they were, but then I took some anyway, because I know like a couple of women who might want some. I mean, it's free stuff, do you know what I mean? So it's like, just pile it in there. Happy Thanksgiving, Canadians, says Lily. Yes, Eugene and the guys at Scent Bar enjoyed it. Antonio says, you're a good man. Cheers, Antonio. You're a good man. Is your YSL M7 reform in the black shell or clear glass? Oh, God. I'd have to check. I'd have to get up. Give us a second. I think it's in the clear one, but I can't be certain. I might be wrong. I think. Let's have a look. Yes, it is in the clear. Oh, you bastard. What was that? Oh, no, 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 no. You shithouse. Be betrayed by Balenciaga, poor. Get back where you belong, shithouse. Away. Fuck off. Sorry, I'm just putting everything back together. It's all just gone to shit. What the fuck? Oh, you are just the worst. How does all this dust come from? Where does dust come from? Someone should bloody look into it, you know. Fucking criminal. This is fucking outrageous. I'm fucking enraged. I'm not dealing with it. I'll get angry. Shit's just falling over. Let me jump her off. Ooh. And my pants. Excuse me. Big bird. Oh. So, where are we? Sorry about that. Yes, it is the clear bottle, just so you know. Because there are more people who want strong shit fragrances rather than okay staying power and being good, yeah. Lucky Lily, the gentleman just blurted out an original poem just for you. Special you are, says Bob. I have a sample of the Mandarin Basilic 40, but haven't sprayed it yet. Richie G had a bottle of that and somebody stole it. Every smart American wants to live in Canada because in Canada religion doesn't have so much influence in society, says Dusan. I'm not sure where that came from, mate. Harrods took you for a goose and wanted to give you treatment for your goose bumps, says Natalia. Not any more special than anyone else. There will be poems inspired by any of you, says Floral Notes. Gobble gobble, says Eugene. Is Semper the same as Lucky Send? I think so. Antonio says, Eugene, you have a masterpiece on your hands, my opinion. Kelly says, we haven't had a rich avalanche in a while. Good to know he's still in form. Yes, that's right. That's right. I had to take out, because I gave lovely Alan Hansen and lovely Wes the fragrances for Rudy and Ramsey. And in said fragrances, I included some samples and asked them what samples they wanted. And Ramsey, unbeknownst to Ramsey, I mean, there's no way he could have known this, but basically every fragrance he asked for was like right at the back of the cupboard. So I was like, oh, class, brilliant. So I had to I had to pull them out from the bag, because obviously I was going to do it. It's like a once in a lifetime opportunity, you know what I mean? I was obviously going to do it. So with grim dignity, I put my hand deep into the darkest recesses of my cupboard and managed to get out, I think it was Ultra Zest and Pure Wood and Pure Tonka and something else, and I can't remember what on Macassar as well. There's something wrong with that Macassar. That Macassar is definitely a propellant-based fragrance, and I need to speak to the bloke that bought it off, because that was not what I wanted. It may have to go back, which is deeply upsetting because it's very nice, but maybe he would like to give us a little bit of money back. I don't know, but that was upsetting, and you can tell, right? Because when you are decanting it, right, the vial you're decanting it into gets very cold as the propellant evaporates, you know? So, just has that smell as well. And the sprayer is not great either, like, so I think we need to speak about it. Avalanche commence. Scent bar of the stones owned by Lucky Scent, says Anoush. How many bottles just took a tumble? Well, it was one. And then it knocked over about 7. But I've managed to, like, it didn't really knock them over. It just sort of, like, made them, like, scatter a little bit. Dushan had had. Have you heard of all those killed indigenous kids? Christ. Yes, Scent Bar is the brick store. Lucky Scent is online. I hope it ain't the Knight, says Pradeep. The Knight was actually involved, would you believe? It sounded like he's fighting back the Balrog at the Battle of the Bridge in the Lord of the Rings, says Professor Melvin. DJ says, wishing Lucky Scent didn't have outrageous international shipping costs, else I'd buy from them often. Fortunately, they're not so bad, actually, to Britain. And neither's a Riesler Doré. A Riesler Doré's prices to Britain's like $15 shipping, which is really reasonable, like. It sounds like it's... Oh, sorry. Wish Lucky Scent... Oh, sorry, I've read that as well. Thanks, Duck. I hope I didn't break any of your Balenciaga pour-on bottles. No, God, no. I wouldn't be here now. I'd be jumping out onto the blasted heath. Dushan and Pope may burn in hell went there to say, oops, sorry. Oh, fucking hell. Rich Insta is now a dating platform. Oh, Christ. Ton Jamo. Hello. How are you? Nice to catch a stream. Wearing zoologist civet today. Jesus Christ, Rich, is there a blizzard outside? It sounds worse than it is, so don't worry. I'm okay. So Celia. Everything's going to be fine. The perfumes are safe. It's not, don't worry. But I've got like, it's the way that the wind goes through the tiles just sounds like there's like hell going on outside, you know? It sounds like the dead are coming back from like the great beyond. I got a partial of Ebony Fume for a good price, says the Century, but kind of reminds me of the one Royal Night with added smoke and Palo Santo. I like it so far. Ebony Fume has got one of those amber woods in that I'm not keen on, but I did smell Bois Marracan with Alan and Wes, and I didn't hate it. I didn't hate it. You know? It's not bad. Little Rich rifling through the bottles, getting his blood up. Livid. Shout at me, bottles. You know how, like, gardeners talk to their fucking plants? I talk to me, bottles. You need a proper shelf for all those bottles, says the Century, but I don't know. Natalia, if there was a hell, you certainly know it smell. That's Rich, Eugene and Ram. It must be uncut gem. Yeah, it's fucking awful. That wind is howling. Yeah, it's raging, isn't it? Nick, last year I went to Scent Bar and they only had like 5% of the Lucky Scent inventory available to smell, says Ton. A reach of Arabian perfume shipped for them from the UK, says DJ. And who says, Rich Mitch, is that Macassar an aerosol shit sprayer like the crap Monsieur Rochas one I sold you? Well. I'm not 100% certain, but I think it is an aerosol. I'm pretty sure it's an aerosol. And the smell's great, like, but I don't want an aerosol sprayer. They're fucking appalling. They're absolute dross, you know. Sounds like the soul of Redolescence is at the window. It would be a lot quieter if it was the soul of Redolescence. That fucker, he wouldn't come near my window either. I'd tell him off. I'd give him the Obi-Wan fucking speech that he gave to Anakin. You were the chosen one! Don't do it, Stephen. I've got the high ground. I've never watched Star Wars in my life, and I know that scene. I have one aerosol spray of perfume. Yeah, they're not great, are they? Maybe that's Jeremy Fragrance pirouetting. That fucker came anywhere near my perfume and started doing his strange stuff. I'll fucking kill him. I mean, what the fuck? Get away from my perfume, you bitch. Start pulling weird moves near me perfume. I'd just have to fucking incapacitate him so he couldn't put me fucking perfume at risk. Jesus. Anuja doesn't spray continuously though. It's very weak. It's very weak, but it doesn't spray continuously, which makes me think that it's not. But I decanted some for Ramsey, right? And when I decanted it for Ramsey, right, it was so cold. And I do realize alcohol is like fucking just like cold, you know what I mean? Especially when it's at like fucking 80% and that. Like especially when you're spraying it on things. But the vial went so cold, it made us think that the fucking aerosol was evaporating. I don't know. I love the scent. Don't get us wrong. I really love the scent. And I don't want to let it go. And the bloke's really sound, and I don't want to give him hassle for nothing. But I just need a little bit more time. I just need to like think about it for a couple of days. Oh. Sorry, I'm fucking making moves. Excuse me whilst I rotate. Oh, Piranhamoy. With his blue contacts. He's talking about Redolescence. Yeah, I think I've seen them. I got Eau de Hermes and it's a plastic bottle. Are you sure about that? I know that some of the old, like, smaller sizes came in plastic bottles, like travel atomizers and that. Not that they were atomizers, but like travel bottles. They came in plastic bottles, but they were to be, like, transported around, you know what I mean? Manly Sense says, today I discovered an old review channel called Frag Reviews. Very good stuff. Pity stopped years ago. Yeah, loads of good ones stopped years ago. It's a real shame, like. Blue contacts for real? You wouldn't put it past them. DJ, which one is it, if you don't mind me saying? If you don't mind saying, I'm just curious, says Anuj. Monsieur L'Envant Vetiver. Ah, okay. I pay to see a fight with Jeremy, says Pradeep. Apparently contractually obligated by Navatis to wear them, says fucking Mike. If you watched that video with Ashton on his Extra Gent Sense channel, he was like, they were contractually obligated, or they tried to contractually obligate the people who worked with Navatis to make 2 Navatis videos per week for 6 months. Oh, that's like 50, 60 videos, man. Or maybe it was a year. I can't remember. Watch the video. But fuck. Not great, that. Not great, that. Not great. Ashton also made an outrageous claim saying that the Galleria parfums were like more expensive per kilo than Killian fragrances, which doesn't surprise us because Killian fragrances, a lot of them are just shit. And the only thing worse than some of the fragrances are the names. But God, like, I don't necessarily, I don't think Ashton's a liar. You know what I mean? Just, it's mad to think that Ashton, like, because I got to be honest, like, I tried those fucking Gallerias and I wasn't overly impressed. I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't overly impressed. I didn't buy any of them, put it like that. So I don't know. Well, I'm on a break for vintages, back to my usual houses, says DJ. Couldn't find a vintage Eau de Hermes in UK eBay for ages. I got mine off a guy from Texas called Mudassia on Bass Notes. DJ, oh God, if you're on Bass Notes, go on to Bass Notes and search for Mudassia. He's a lovely bloke. He's very trustworthy. I trust him. Ramsey uses him. Ramsey put me onto him. He's got some fucking amazing stuff. He really has. Problem you've got is that he knows what he's got. Although if you buy a few things, he will help you with the price. So I have a 50ml Eau de Hermes in plastic, says Galen. He's here, says. He was always here, Eugene. I have to leave you lovely people. Have fun. Have a nice night, Natalia. My tall, skinny DKNY women's skyscraper bottle has tumbled and crashed so many times in the last 20 years. A wonder it's still intact. Thank goodness those still love it. Do you know I've got the tall, skinny skyscraper of the DKNY for men? That was a strange scent. I loved it back then as well. I was like 16 or something when I first bought that. It was brilliant. I had Bentley for Men Intense is the Century, but I decided to pick up the regular EDT and I prefer it. I think I gave mine away for like my Bentley. I had a Bentley for Men Intense. It was Natalie Lawson. Good cheapie. Excuse me as I rotate, says Stephs. Yes, that's right. DJ says, Rich, if you're not buying as much, the cost per costs more. Yeah, I know that name, says DJ. Gallagher fragrances are great. Have you tried any? No, I actually reached out to Gallagher once and I was like, hi. This was about 4 or 5 years ago. And I was like, hi, can I like this was when a lot of them were being hyped. I was like, hi, can I get a sample set? Like, how do I go about buying them and that? Never heard anything back. Fuck you. I'm impressed that Gallagher stopped smashing watermelons and started aside making perfume, says Etherealist. Again, I don't know what that means, mate. Proudup says, I am skeptical. Hard to think they all had to go through thousands of trials. Hundreds of trials, more likely bought off the shelf. Apparently that's what they did. They bought off the shelf and then made little adjustments. Watch the video. Watch the video on Extra Gent Sense. If you put in Gent Sense Galleria, you will see it'll come up his other channel, Extra Gent Sense. Anush Patel says, Mudasir is a solid dude. Have you ever dealt with him? Ashton and wife made me get Perriellis Oud Black Vanilla. Good stuff. I can't remember. Spiritus Double Vanille enough. Are they that close? No idea, mate. Never smelled either of them, I don't think. Spiritus total crap now, but worth it, says Aaron. All the new SHL frags are shit. What's SHL? Please remind. Yeah, Bentley and Trent's dries down too sweet for me, says the Scent Reaper. Yeah. Stephen Humbert Luca. Ah. There's a guy on here called RVMT Vedati. So Ramtin Vedati, I think his real name is, on Instagram or something. I watch his videos, but I don't think he's very close to Stephen Humbert Luca as a person. Like, you know, I think they're friends. I think they met through the whole Instagram, YouTube sort of thing, and I think Stefan sends him fragrances, and he's very well versed in them, and his videos are very how can I put it? He's not a typical shill, right? He's not your typical shill who's just says wonderful things and you know he's lying. I think he genuinely enjoys the stuff he talks about, and when he praises something, I think he means it. But you can tell he's got his favourites, you know, and he talks about Stefan Humbert Luca a lot. Richie G saying, he just sent me a message. See before the game. I've got loads of fucking Anthony Moriello. Thank you, Anthony Moriello. You are very kind. I don't know who you are in the chat, but you are a good person, and thanks. I have got a lot of messages. Peter from Fragrance View. Lots of people. Anyway. I have just recently been talking to Mauricia. So I never wanted to try Navitas, but Ash's video convinced me to blind buy the entire line. Everyone got the new shit on Insta, saw all the freebies of that junk on my feed, says DJ. Oh dear. Have you tried Pinewood Parfumery or Slumber House, says Matrax? No, but somebody else has been trying to tell me to smell Pinewood. I think it was Duncan. Oh. I've got a message off someone. A very complimentary message. Galen just called me an absolute legend. Oh, Galen. You're too sweet. Give us a second. Have you tried Pinewood? No, but Duncan's been talking about Pinewood. Micah says, Pinewood sample set is nice. Hello, Michael Harness. How are you? I utilised your blanket today. It is very good. You tried Bogway, Mitch? No. Bogue, as some people call them, but apparently it's Bogway. Hello there, the greater news, says Michael. AJ, what's AJ smell like, says Michael. I am saying this, that's your opinion, shite everywhere. What happened to having standards? Appreciating a poorly made frag is not an option. I agree, Pradeep. Everybody fucking trying to tell each other that that's just your opinion. It's like, no, it's shite. People trying to tell me that, like, Uncut Gem isn't shit, and I'm like, no, you're shit. Yes, this is a stain on your character if you like it. You know what I mean? Jesus. What are you thinking? It's not good. And stop trying to drag me down with you. Bellends. Shut up. Stupid people. People are just fucking stupid, like. And there's no accounting for stupidity. Just what are some people thinking? No. Sorry, I've lost the fucking track of everything now. I'm all over the shop. Great day for a blanket, says Michael. You're not kidding. It's absolutely fucking mental. Ton Jamo says, lol Protty, love this take. It's true. He's got a very good point. Sick of qualifying everything. You know, well, that's your opinion. No. If you are offended by what I am saying in regards to your fucking taste and fucking fragrance, examine why. Why is it that you think that it's like Xerjoff, man? Fuck, man. People are like, Xerjoff's great, and it's like, no, it's not. It's objectively bad. It's objectively overpriced. I think everybody knows it's overpriced. Like, it's really very poor Xerjoff. And the price is like an aggravating factor. The price makes it worse. You know? I don't want to alienate anyone. I don't want to make anyone feel small. It's like, what the fuck? Always a great day for blankets involved, says Mike. Standards dropped when folks got worried about being blacklisted. Standards dropped when the money came in. People are like, oh, the profit motive. Bollocks to the profit motive. It's bullshit. Profit motive only works in certain situations. It doesn't work in every situation. Best practice. The fucking progression. Not just like, I don't mean progress as in being like progressive. I mean like moving forward, refining, making things better and not worse. At the minute, it feels like we're in a fucking race to the bottom as far as perfumes are concerned. You know? And it's fucking ridiculous, like. It's all shit. Says Michael, sounds great. Or trying to justify a purchase which burnt the pocket. Fight, get the bad blood out, says Bob. Brian. Matrax says, favourite upcoming perfumer? Upcoming. I mean, I don't know if you could call Julian Raskin upcoming, but probably the best of a... It's probably the best of like the ones that are like that aren't like really really established. Perfuming seems to be like an I don't want to say an old man's game, because there are plenty of good women perfumers, and frankly the women perfumers have been making a lot better stuff than the men, you know, like recently anyway. But it does seem to be men of a certain age seem to be the ones who are like dominant, you know? And I don't just mean like blokes in their 50s and that, I mean like older as well. You're talking blokes in their 60s and that, 70s in some cases, just dominating the scene. It's just... I wouldn't care if they made stuff like they used to make 40 or 50 years ago, you know, but it's like these people who should know better, but it's not when it's what you take into account is the fact that they get paid for selling oil for the company. So they use, say if a perfumer is employed by Givaudan, right? And then a perfumer wins a brief for a perfume. All the oils used to make that perfume, right, are bought from Givaudan, and the perfumer, since they won the brief, gets a cut of all the oils that get sold, and that's where the fucking flavouring and the fragrance houses make their money, on the oils, you know? Shit. DJ says, funny how mad people get when you don't like what they like. Nothing wrong with them having the taste of a plebeian enjoying uncut gem. Yeah, I do not. It does not piss me off that. I have never been pissed off about someone not liking something I love. There's loads of people out there say that they don't really care for Balenciaga pour on. Like I care. Like I fucking care. Just means there's more for me. You know? Not my fault you don't know what you're talking about. But the thing is, it's not that they don't know what they're talking about. It's just I just don't care. Fuck them. In the end, well, it's not their money. And if they like something I don't like, what do I care? It's not my money. It's not my fucking taste. I don't have to smell it. I'm not them. They're not me. Jesus. Zverev is bad. Yeah, it is. It's absolutely chronic, like. Never understood the knotting it got. It's just, it's the bottle. People go for the bottle, and it's that whole thing that people are like, if I spend a lot of money on something, it must be good. It's a status thing. There's a lot of status goes on in this community, unless you hadn't noticed, which I'm sure you have. There's a lot of people jostling for status. And it just says more about them than it does about anything, really. You know? Ridiculous. I mean, how can you have and 800 count and not one of one shelf, says Bob? I've only got 400 perfumes, I think. Ramsey, welcome. Zverev is just terrible perfume and pretty packaging, says Mikey. Yep. Zverev is a designer in a shite bottle. Yep. I don't even like their bottles, to be honest with you. Florinut says, how do you quantify a connection to something? You don't. You can try all sorts of metrics, but they'll never be perfect. You could try using lots of different metrics in concert with each other to try and give you a better, I think they'll give you an idea, but they'll never be able to just quantify that magic, that something extra, that's something different. Galen says, jerk off would be great if they sent me 3 bottles of their entire line. Exactly. Germ says, not only is it bad, it presents itself as top shelf, which is dumb and stupid. Yeah, that's exactly what they're doing. It's just marketing. It's 9/10 of the law in commerce. Marketing. Bullshit. I just made that up. It was quite good, wasn't it? Feels like we are in a race to the bottom as far as everything is concerned, says Ramsey. Sorry. I'm yawning in your ears. Tonjamo says, went to Neiman's the other day and the SA there was pushing MFK so hard. Very boring. So boring. Yeah. Yeah, MFK is fucking... it's fucking... He'll be getting sold at some point. James says, Rich, are you ready to celebrate my birth? Well, let me ask you a question, James. Are you ready to celebrate my birth? The advent of my birth is this Friday. I'll be 37. How did that fucking happen? Jesus. Mike says, ATH will dominate the industry in 5 years' time. Yes, I did notice Putin had threatened world war. Dude says they still make sense like they used to. They're just not in the mainstream. They're made by independents and such. You have to look for it. To a point. Some independents are good. Most are bad. I'll say something for Hans Hendley. He is tremendous. Hans Hendley's fucking bloodline is absolutely sensational. Fume is really good. Moan is really good. The vanilla bourbon, the bourbon one, the EDC, the perfume is a bit thick and billowy for me. It's like fucking opium pour on, but on steroids. The vanilla in it especially. But I think he's really good. Like, I haven't tried the January Scent Project yet. I haven't tried Olympic Orchids yet. There's a few things, but Alan Hansen actually gave me a couple of things the other day. And fucking honestly, one of them especially, I haven't tried like all of it, but one of them especially, it was Oud and Bourbon or something like that. And they'd put this perfume in a fucking in a whiskey barrel or in some kind of alcohol barrel, right? And then they'd pulled it. It was fucking glorious. I put it on my hand, right, and I had it on, and a few hours later I was like smelling it. I was like, what is that? And it took us a few minutes, and I was like, fucking hell, that's coffee. Where the fuck did that come from? It was lovely. I'll have to look up what it was called, but it was really nice. People have to realise that the main houses are no longer for them. It's just people aren't as into it as we are. Mike says, look what Demma she did to the previous. Yeah. Lily says, is that why when we got to the very base of it? Is that why when we get to the very base of mainstream fragrances, I'm just smelling the same material? Yep. They're all pushing that one material. I'm backing up my vintages and I'm completely happy living off those alone, says Aaron. Open to new stuff, but not too interested at the minute. No, it's like I've tried this year. I've really, really tried this year to get into some niche stuff. And I've been through, I got some zoologists. I got those Naomi Goodsers. God almighty, what else did I get? I've had loads more extra surgery tons, but they're a special case. Loads of, like, you'll have noticed it, the niche stuff I've been buying this year has been amped up much more than previous years for me. So I've been trying, I really have. But if I'm being honest, my thing, and it always has been, and it always will be, it's just vintage fragrances. I just like that style, you know? And not all of them either. Mr. Pleasant, who you will have seen in the comments before, bought both of my Polo Greens off me, my vintage ones, and my vintage Habit Rouge. I just didn't like them, you know? I just didn't like them, so I sold them to a good lad for a good price, you know? So that's where we're at. Has anyone smelled Richwood? It is expensive, says A to Z. Not me. Actually, I might have done. That's a Zerjoff, isn't it? Richwood. Because I'm dying to say it's a Comme de Garçon, but it's not. It's a Zerjoff, I'm pretty sure. I think I have smelled it. DJ says, funny thing about Le Leon, the scent profile is one I've smelled a million times before it was even released, so I never saw it as anything special, says DJ. It smells like Shalimar. I mean, it's obviously different Shalimar, but it smells like Shalimar. People who say it doesn't smell like Shalimar, I don't want to say it's like they're trying to kid themselves, because the people who say it doesn't smell like Shalimar are not stupid people. But it smells like Shalimar. Jesus. What can be higher status than 17 Balenciaga Pour Arms? Fucking spot on. Pradeep says, with Uncut Gem, it's easy to say it's not great. There are a couple of dozen references from that house that set the standard, yet some call it a masterpiece. It's disgraceful. The people calling it masterpieces really do need to have a look at themselves and smell the fragrance. You know, they really need to re-smell the fragrance and reconsider. Like, it's nothing like any of the other fragrances from that line. It's rotten. It's shit. It's badly made. It smells bad, and it's got really cheap smelling materials in it. Hello, Christoph. I thought you'd be asleep. I hope you are well. Perfume needs to get back to the days of smacking you in the face on initial spray and then taking you on a journey. Iota Hermes, says Mike. That's not a bad shout. Really? People are calling it a masterpiece, says Ton? It's fucking bollocks, isn't it? Bleu de Chanel enjoyers. I've got one blue fragrance, which is Bleu de Chanel Parfum, and I never wear it. I think I've worn it twice, and I've had it for like 3 years, if that. I did an early impression video on Richwood, says Ramsey. It's good, but it's not $800 good. That's part of the problem. It's fucking scandalous, the prices of perfumes, like. It's absolutely scandalous, the prices of them. That's why I'm not as harsh on clones as I used to be. You remember, everybody here will remember exactly what I was like with clones. Clones are theft, and I don't want to hear anything more about it. Clones, I still do truly think that clones are theft. You're stealing other people's creations. The problem is, right, is that the brands have brought this on themselves now with the pricing. The way they're pricing their fragrances is disgraceful. Dior, 3 price increases in a year. Chanel, 10% a year, regardless of what happens. It's disgraceful. I'm using those two because they're leaders in the industry. And more's the pity. Tom Ford goes up like a tenner every year, at least. You know? And so it's very hard to feel sorry for these brands now when people rip them off. Look at Creed. Creeds get ripped off all the time. Do I feel sorry for them? No. Bob says, yes, Neiman's is all about MFK for sure. DJ, the funny part is those guys aren't ready to drop that kind of money. Only enthusiasts do, says Pradeep. Yeah, it's an aspirational thing. That's why people stand for them, you know. That's why people like willing to throw themselves in front of traffic for perfumes that they don't own. Because it's something that they aspire to. It's like you're killing their dreams. And they see people with like $800 bottles of fucking perfume and that thing, and they're like, oh, like I wish I was like that. And the problem is that you'll find a lot of people with a lot of wealth don't have any taste whatsoever. Like it's an age-old thing, you know. Like it's been going on since before the Roman Empire. People with lots of money don't have lots of taste. It's just I think it's one of those things you can have either or. Do you know what I mean? You can't be like uber wealthy and be able to drop like $800 on a bottle of perfume like once or twice a week. And then, it's not even being able to drop $800 on a bottle of perfume. It's being able to just like, for it not to be a problem, for the price not to be a problem, you know? You could, if we're being honest, like most people could drop $800 on a bottle of fragrance, but is it worth that to you? Not many people have stuff where they think to themselves like, $800, it's worth that to me, you know? Like I did with that Derby. it was worth it to us, though. It got to the point in my sort of, like, my fucking journey, you know what I mean? But it got to the point where it was like, I want this fragrance. The stars aligned. I had the money. I'd sold off a lot of other fragrances. I had the money. I wanted it. And it was like the do you know the pyramids where they put the stone, like the capstone on? Kind of felt like that, you know? It's what it felt like. Felt like putting the capstone on my collection. I'm not finished or anything, but you know what I mean. Uh-oh, 37 is late 30s. Does it still count as mid? I think it's late, says Ton. I think you can get away with both, but 38 is definitely late 30s. So I'm mid to late 30s at the minute, you know? I'm not middle-aged yet. 50's the new 40, so I'm not that bothered about 40, to be honest with you. The problem I've got with 40 is that I remember my dad's 40th birthday and thinking to myself, God, you're ancient. You know what I mean? Galen, you must throw a birthday stream for Duckman. James says, mine is this Friday as well, but I'll be 36, so my top notes are slightly fresher. Get in. Happy birthday, James. Just to think, I was a year to the day. What is going on here? What's going on? Something is weird. Sorry, I'll get back to you in a second. I've just got a strange email. I don't know what it's in relation to. I mean, it's not that strange. It's from like a company that I know, and it's asked us to do something unusual. Let's have a look. Ah. Michael Devine, thank you. I do not know who you are. Not off the top of my head, anyway. But thanks. The payment is pending. I don't know why. I don't know. Excuse me whilst I hydrate, though, for I am parched. Ooh! Excuse me. Oh, wow. That was good sauce. But thank you, Mr. Divine. You are too kind. Divine by name, divine by nature. But yes, happy birthday, Germs, on Friday, 14th of October, the Battle of Hastings, the day Britain was born, or England was born, anyway. Pradeep Sekar, Ton, some farm boys, yes. Shops even marketing as Roussel's new masterpiece. Scandalous. Methinks they doth protest too much. Gag candles and perfume for Germs party. Scent of the day, Bortnikov Oud Monarch. I need to wear my Bortnikov soon. For fewer niche, I'm liking some Francesca Bianchi and Papillon. Some are very vintage vibey. I'm not huge on Francesca Bianchi. I think she's clunky, but Tobacco Rose and was it Salome? Salom, quite nice. Kelly says 37 is a traumatic age. Never mind 30 or 40 or 50. 37 is the one where you realise your true place in the universe. Jesus Christ, Kelly, Christ, ton. Don't agree with her. Christ, I'm so far behind. Sorry. I'll see if I can... I'm going to see if I can't catch up. If you give us a second. Let me sort this out. Shuggy from Sergio Tons was nice. His mat tracks. Yes. Fantastic. Whoa, wait, I think I missed it. Rich, is it close to your birthday? Yes, it is. It's on Friday. T-Rex from Zoologist is great. After 30 minutes, says mat tracks. Yes, yes, it's very, very there, isn't it? Christoph, hello. Anuj, Rich's birthday is Friday, says Kelly. Rich, time for me to bounce. Take care. Adios, chat. Cheers, Adam. Hello, Jossie. One leaves, one arrives. There's my new best friend, says Galen. Blood of Chanel is bad. It's better than Sauvage. Oh, Rich, you have the wrong BDC parfum indeed. Grapefruit incense is fantastic. You have the one minus the frickin' incense. Yes, but it's got the sandalwood. The EDP, I do think, is probably a better blue fragrance. And if I had my time again, I would probably buy the EDT. People buying Xerjoff trash butt plug toss, says DJ. Yes, I've seen them and they really do look like that, don't they? Ramsey says, when you have lots of money, you outsource your taste to a higher price tag expecting it to be good. That is a very, very, very good point. That is a very good point. When they could use that money on Sultan Pasha's stuff, which is infinitely better. Sultan Pasha's fragrance for Zoologist is really good. Like, I just don't know that I need it. I don't know that I actually want to spend that kind of money on it, but it is fantastic. Hello, Rachel. How are you? Yeah, everyone has those few frags worth a big splurge. Yes, you're right, Rachel. Lol, 40 isn't that old, says Rachel. Happy birthdays. Cheers, Rach. I'll probably do a stream on Friday. I'm going to see the Lindisfarne Gospels on Friday, which I've wanted to do, and because they were written like where I'm from. The Lindisfarne Gospels were written where, like, I live near where that is. Not as close as Richie G though. Richie G lives right there, but I do live in that, like that. It's like written in like my area, and then they're usually in London. They're usually kept in London, but they have been brought back to the area for like 3 months, and it just happens to coincide with my birthday. And so my friends bought us tickets, so I'm going to go and see the Gospels on Friday. So I'll be doing a stream on Friday, probably, depending. So yes, it'll be interesting. Christoph says, Galen, you were talking about me, right? Right? Yes, of course he was talking about you. Rachel says, I've been 40 for 2 years now, and it's quite nice. Yes. Proddy says, Navatas duck? No. Did you all know duck? Happy birthday, fellow Libra, says Mike. Ah, welcome. Your birthday must be coming up soon then, Michael. Anu says, Rich, your ideal birthday cake, chocolate. Michael says to Tom, I'm a big fan, and you have the entire collection of Francesca Bianchi and Papillon. Thank you, says James. And the happiest of birthdays to you, my friend. Callie's Groom Room. Rich. Callie's Groom Room, how are you? Welcome. Callie's Groom Room has a channel. Please subscribe. He hasn't made a fragrance. He hasn't made a fragrance for a while. He hasn't made a video for a while though. What's going on in Callie's Groom Room? Whoops. Sorry, I've just completely shagged the chat there. What's happening? Where are we? You're not there yet. Get back to me next Friday. You'll see, says Kelly. Jeremy, can you hit a niche shop in Bend and treat yourself to something nicer? Is this a stupid question, says Bob. Abe says, honest question, Rich, do you think I should be worried about my fragrance in transit because it's still 38 Celsius here in LA? So So it depends what you mean by transit, right? Like, if you're thinking getting it home from the shop, no, you shouldn't be. If you're thinking about, like, keeping it in a box in a car for days, weeks, months, then you should be. But if you're just thinking about literally getting it from the shop to your house, no, there's no worries there. Light is a bigger enemy than, like, a little bit of heat, you know. If you left it out in bright sunshine, you know, that's a killer. It'll kill your fragrance quicker than any, like, heat will. I'm thinking shipping from state to state. So it depends how long it takes, mate. You know, as long as you don't make a habit of it with your perfumes, they'll be fine. You know, do it once, one and done. You know, fine. I sometimes put off buying till it's cooler so I don't get hot in transit, or maybe it's an irrational fear, says Abe. All irrational fears are based in something true. It's what you do with that. Like, it's where you, like, your mind takes you. So don't I wouldn't worry about that, mate, if I were you. You know, I wouldn't worry about that. Ton says, yeah, I'm really enjoying Libertine Neroli for Papillon Salome, and her Hera are bonkers good. People are talking about that Hera like it's a really good fragrance. Good night, DJ. Get ready with me, stream. But I love that. But the closest I found to Portland, which is a 4-hour drive, I did order myself a nice Shiseido Belgio, though. I found an original Ambra Sultan online for $600 if anybody's interested. Michael says, I'm a November 3rd birthday person. Well, happy birthday. Michael John says, lick the stream. Yes, if you want to lick the stream, please answer. Please answer? Please do. Sounds windy there, says Jack Dean. Jack, mate, you've got no idea. It's like I'm being haunted, mate. Like, you wouldn't believe. Like, the dead have, like, risen up, like, I've opened, like, the gateway to hell in me back garden. It actually sounds worse than it is, so it's not that much of a problem, to be honest. Anu says, yes, chocolate cake, great answer. Rich, you are a true gentleman. Yes, thank you, a gentleman and a scholar. Carly's Groom Room says, I'm doing well, buddy. How are you? I've been busy between work and my family. I'll be back soon, I promise. Good man, good man. Nice to see you. I'm okay. Thank you. I'm glad you're good. Of course, between you and Harness, you can power the entire state with smell good, says Bob. Michael coming up real quick, says James. Get ready with Duckstream, says Bob. When it's in the delivery driver's car, I'm thinking it'll probably really hot in the car while they drop off shipments. You could always ask how they move it. Or you could take it yourself. You know? Lily says, I just see Rich in a little hut. Always overcast. Nearest neighbour is a few miles away. You're not that far out, actually. Like out of a Bronte novel. Michael says, will you have a birthday live stream 69 on Friday? Good God, we're getting close, aren't we? What are we on? 66? Christ. Hey, you might not be far off, mate. You might not be far off, mate. Do you know Dabash cake? Popular here in Hawaii. No, but I did have a Hawaiian pizza tonight. It was very nice. And with that, I will leave you because it is getting late for me and I am tired. We've been on a couple of hours. That tends to be where I'm at. Thank you for the people who have liked and have donated to buying me a coffee. You are all far too kind. Thank you, everyone. I will see you all again soon. Good night.